Can you believe it? It's been 12 years since Scion entered the American automobile market. And they're coming back strong this year. September 1st, as a matter of fact, with the new IM and this, the new IA. According to my notes here, says this car looks good, drives fun, handles well, sips fuel, and is affordable. Let's put those claims to the test coming up right now in the Fast Lane Car. There are now two automotive cliches that I'm getting a little bit tired of because, as you can imagine, I go on a lot of these new car launches. If it's a expensive car, then of course the cliche is it's bespoke. In other words, it's handcrafted to the owner's individual perfection. And if it's an inexpensive car like this car, then it's not bespoke, but then it's fun to drive. So let's see if it is fun to drive. Now under the hood we have a very frugal 1.5 liter direct injected 4-cylinder that puts out 106 horsepower, not much, and 103 pound-foot of torque. Now those numbers are small, but the car does not weigh a lot. It weighs 2,400 pounds. So yes, it is frugal. We can check that one off the list. Now this time, unlike the IM that I tested, I'm driving it with the automatic because I wanted to get a sense for what the automatic feels like. 106 horsepower is not a lot, so let's see what happens when I floor it. I would give that probably a 5 out of 10 in terms of the expectations that I had. You know, it's light at 2,400 pounds, so it does pop a little bit when you floor it. But it also makes a lot of noise. And the power it's putting out are not quite linear on a graph. They're a little bit different. So noise, power, something like that. You can get your Scion in any configuration you like as long as it's either an automatic or a manual. And this automatic, $16,800 at your dealership on September 1st. Now, does this car look like it may be familiar to you? Well, maybe it should, because it's basically built on the Mazda CX-3 platform. That's right, this is a joint partnership between Toyota, Scion's parent company, and Mazda. And they're building this car together in Mazda's Mexico plant. But you know what? It's not all about power. It's also about how a car handles. And I'm kind of flogging it through these tight twisties. And you know what? This car likes to dance. Would it be something that I would go out of my way to do on a Sunday afternoon? Probably not. But would it be something that I would be embarrassed of if I had to, let's say, do an impromptu handling? Whoa! Brakes are strong. An impromptu handling race day at the track? No, it'd be okay. Yeah, you know, it's got relatively small wheels and a relatively small engine, but just like the best of Japanese cars, let's face it, the Japanese do some things very well. One of them is they make a car that on the interior is a lot bigger than on the exterior. That's one of those great Japanese qualities. And they also make a car that's lively to drive and fuel efficient. Scion expects to sell about 30,000 of these each year. Why? Well, because it's a sedan. That's right, sedans are red hot. And one of the value propositions, utility that this car offers is that it has over 13 feet of cubic room in the back, which is better than many of its competitors. So I guess you can check off utility. Now on the inside, the car is modern, it's youthful, it's practical, and it's very comfortable. it's never going to be a 707 horsepower Hellcat. And of course, it's not going to be quite like the Corolla, which is, let's face it, a bit of an appliance. This is the kind of car that starts to become engaging. You know, it's like a girl that you see across the room, and she's not the most beautiful, stunning girl, but the second she smiles, there's something about her that just makes your heart flutter a little bit, and that's what this car is like. It's not the prettiest girl in the room, but the second you get behind the wheel and you start to push it a little bit, and you see that while it doesn't have supermodel looks or Hellcat engines, it's willing and happy and quite comfortable pretending to be a sports car. So that's a qualified yes in my book. Yes, it is relatively fun to drive. I guess we can check that one off the list as well. Let's see if we can check off all these claims. Does it look good? Well, it's got that kind of big open maw that reminds me of a whale, and if you're into aquatic styling, yeah, it kind of looks good. Is it fun to drive? It's sort of fun to drive. Does it handle well? It handles relatively well. It's not a sports car by any means. Does it sip fuel? Well, the automatic 42 on the highway, you bet it sips fuel, and of course, is it affordable? And at $16,800, it is affordable. So if I were to give each of these a star, I would say out of 5 stars, I'm going to give it a 3.5. But that, of course, is only after driving it for about 20 minutes. So you'll have to come back to TFL Car when we get it in Colorado. As always, this is Roman saying thanks for watching, and see you next time when I get to drive more fun Scions. And remember, check out the Scion IM review that we published recently. Ciao. I think the color's called spring green, right?
Yeah, spring green metallic. That's what we're in here, and yeah, this definitely is an eye catcher, right? But it is designed for that youthful buyer.
If this were a Mustang, it would be got to have a green.
Yeah.
And I'm going to test your muscle car knowledge. And if it were a Dodge, what would it be called?
Ooh, you got me on that.
It's kind of lime colored. That's a hint.
Lime colored.
Yeah. Sublime.
Oh, good lord. That's what it's called?
Yeah.
Oh, stop.
A version of this is called Sublime, yeah.
Oh, it's bad.
In the Dodge Charger Challenger color, yeah.